If I can get through a race that I'm told I'm not supposed to, or I shouldn't even be at the starting line, it helps give me a mental advantage to take on a disease that has never been cured before. Because I've been told the same thing. Jim, no one's ever cured this. What makes you think you're going to? Well, it all of a sudden becomes very obtainable. Why not me? If I can go and run 200 miles in a very mountainous region of New Zealand where I'm not supposed to be, why can't I take on a disease that no one else has been able to cure? Why not me?
How do you bring the awareness about something that your son has to the world? So here you are, we're halfway around the world. We're in New Zealand. And there's people from all over the world here who are going back home with that part with Jamesy. As obscure as ultra marathons are, that it's like an awesome platform to bring awareness.
If we're not willing to sacrifice to make this happen, who's going to do it?
Who's the heaviest person here that came in?
James. He has absolutely smashed those scales. But I'm sure by the end of the week he may lose a couple of kgs. But it doesn't look like it when I look at the amount of food that's in his bag.
It's fantastic seeing people like Jim again from the G2G from 2016 and others who just bump into around the world, and we bump into them again, keep bumping into each other like these little bottlenecks around the world. So that's the thing for me. It's the main thing. It's not the running the race, it's the people.
They're going to be freezing, I'd say. We'll have some casualties, I believe, so we need to watch it very, very carefully.
You there, guys? No hurry? Okay, right, she's 7 o'clock now. We're going to get the show on the road at 9, so you've got 2 hours to get yourself ready.
We've woken up this morning and there's a light dusting of snow out there and it's pretty darn cold, so they've decided to cut out the first run point to the helicopters, and now the guys are going to get commuted down to the helicopters. They're going to get taken across, change of course just to try and keep their feet and that dry, and then they start on the other side, CP1, and they'll start in waves of 4 over there, and then they've still got about 50 odd K of running. Pretty darn cold conditions today, so yeah, they're going to be up against it, I think, but that's part of adventure racing.
Stage 1, one checkpoint at a time. There are people from 20 different countries here, and it's great to be running and hearing, hey, you're Jamesy's dad. Everybody here has a why they're running this race. And I think the ultra running community is getting to know Jar of Hope as it's synonymous with running. Duchenne Muscular Dystrophy, slowly but surely, is becoming a household name.
The importance of bringing awareness to people about Duchenne's. I mean, no one knows about Duchenne's.
Jamesy, only for you, buddy. Oh my God. Have you guys ever heard of Duchenne prior to meeting me?
Yep. No, not at all.
No.
So what do you think of this horrendous disease?
Well, there's probably not enough adjectives to describe it. It horrendous starts, but yeah, it's shit.
It is.
Totally shit.
Can't even believe, I understand what you guys are going through. It just must be, heart-wrenching to get the news and then just, not
and
be in
then
control.
for everyone to say there's nothing that we can do, it's like, how can that be? That's 2019.
I'm hoping this race community can help make this world a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
And we can all help each other
Now that
out.
we know, it's like you're going to create that awareness. You're going to start telling people about it, because you know about it now.
Right.
It's like when I first started trail running, no one knew about it. Now everyone knows about it.
What happened with your head there?
So I made it through whatever it was today, 42, 43K, unscathed. And I got back and I went in the bathroom to change my shorts and hit my head on the counter. I almost knocked myself out.
You did it.
I did.
He told us we walked into a tree.
Physically, my body's destroyed. That was probably the hardest thing I've ever done. Mentally and physically, the way it was designed, it seemed to just want to take your legs at the beginning, then take your lungs, and then take your legs again at the end.
Wee chunks at a time, you'll make it, okay? Yep, top 2 inches again, don't let it beat you.
Really the door-to-door grassroots of informing people and doing it one-on-one. You tell one person and they tell one person, and then by the end of the year, I don't know how many people I've talked to. Anytime anybody talks to me, asks me about stage races or ultra marathons, I always talk about Duchenne's now. It's like, it's really become synonymous for me. And the people that I know and the people that I've met in stage races, they all talk about Duchenne's.
They're not worried about you as a competitor. At that point, it's all about the admiration for this fellow human being, what he's willing to put himself through, and then people want to know why you do it. Why would you spend 27.5 hours out there on a course? And then I'm able to tell them my son's story.
While I was running during the ground to ground, I saw that I loved what I was doing. I love to run, I really enjoyed, but I thought, like, what about to do it for something? Like, just not run for myself, maybe have a goal. And yeah, I was thinking about gym and the team during most of the days, because when I saw like the long stage, for me it was really hard. We're running, like, I did 19 hours something also, and went through the dunes and stuff like that. And I was thinking about the guys, and I was like, well, if it's hard for me, I'm a runner, I'm trained, and they're not, or not as much as me. And I thought, like, if they fight, like, if they have a goal, if they fight for something, I think it's really, it's great. I thought that I wish during that race that I was already with them. And so for me, it's like, I don't know, it's something obvious. It was just, okay, I'm going to run with you.
Great effort. I know.
Yeah, I was like, oh, but you said it's fine.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Wow.
Good one.
Oh my God.
I've got a message for you. Way to go, Captain. 1 CP at a time.
Yeah, man.
Hey? They're thinking of you. Yep.
So, that's right. Yeah, just stop on the edge.
So we had a whole herd of bull chase us down back there in the cattle ranch. They came right at me. Frank jumped over a 9,000 volt live fence and got hit. He's making his way a little bit slower in the back. That was not fun. Whew. This day has had a ton of surprises, as every other day. I just can't wait for this day to be over. And then just focus on crossing that finish line tomorrow. My feet are on fire again. This was a long one. I got a treat for when I get to camp. I've been waiting 5-6 days for these things. Ooh, baby.
You're right, Jen. Over the bridge. Good stuff. Hang on there. Look for the Clydesdales, mate. Go for the Clydesdales. Everyone else that's important. Good on you. Thanks for showing.
The gut check for what I was doing will never be as bad as the news I received that September 13th at 1:45 in the afternoon. Will never, nothing, unless I lose my son, will ever be as painful as that. So no matter what I was going through last night, with my feet were on fire from the rocks, the hills, being able to breathe up and down the hills. I'm not a strong climber, but my quads were killing me. But it all just went away. And why I'm continuing to go is because we don't quit. Oh, exciting day. I cannot believe I finished yesterday. Yesterday was, I think, harder than the long stage, only because you didn't have enough time. Every day is a challenge at this race. 20 miles to the finish line.
3, 2, 1. I love it.
Well done.